If you can't do push-ups, well, try this. Push-ups are like squats, but for the entire upper body. They work the core, chest, shoulders, arms, and give you strong hands and wrists. But after 20 years as a personal trainer, I rarely have ever had a client be able to do push-ups correctly. So let's show you how to do them the right way and fix some of the things along the way that come up for people. There's 3 things that most people complain about more than anything else. First is your wrists. Very rarely do people put their hands on the ground like this, and a push-up requires a lot of wrist strength, stability, and flexibility. So if you're doing push-ups of any kind, then what you want to make sure is you don't end up hurting your wrists. To start with, you can get yourself a simple pair of push-up handles like this. This puts your wrist in a neutral position rather than in a fully bent position, which can often relieve the pain that someone has when they have wrist pain in the push-up. This makes it so much more comfortable and makes the wrist feel so much better. Now, if you don't have those, you can also do those push-ups on your knuckles. Just make sure you're focused on the first 2 knuckles and you're squeezing your hand nice and tight. And over time, if you really want to encourage your wrist to gain strength and flexibility, you can do them the normal way, but don't do them passively. Instead, grip the ground with your fingers and squeeze the ground tightly as you do those push-ups, and it will strengthen and create a stretch in your wrists that will serve you for a long time. Next is that people experience back pain when they're doing push-ups, and that's because you're probably not holding your core and your glutes tight and in a good position. So if you're doing push-ups like this, where your hips are forward, well look, I have a huge arch in my lower back, which can pinch down on those nerves, causing pain. Now if I try to correct it by lifting my butt up, but I still have an arch in the lower back, then the same thing comes true. So regardless of what variation of the push-up you're doing, what you want to do is this: squeeze your glutes and tuck your pelvis and try to point your tailbone down. This is going to fire your glutes and fire your core and protect your lower back. And keep it squeezed the entire time you're doing push-ups, okay? And finally, people's shoulders hurt when they do the push-ups. And the reason why people's shoulders hurt is because if I lift my arm all the way in line with my shoulder and I try to bring my arm back, I can't really get my hand behind my chest. It requires a ton of flexibility to be able to do just this. But watch this. If I bring my elbow down at a 45-degree angle or less, I can get my hands so much further back and I can protect my shoulders at the same time. Because when it's up here, to go deeper, I have to internally rotate into this horrible, unstable position. But when I bring my elbow down, everything stays nice and stable. So when you do your push-ups, regardless of the variation, bring your hands a little bit lower, drop your elbows at a 45-degree angle or less, and that will protect your shoulders and make your push-ups feel a whole lot better. Okay, now that you know how to fix the 3 most common problems in the push-up, let me show you a simple progression that you can use to start gaining the strength to do push-ups with perfect form. Beginners can start with a wall just like this, bringing the hands underneath the chest, squeezing the glutes in the core, and then dropping the elbows by the sides. Inhale as we go down, exhale as we go up, and the further your feet are away from the wall, the harder this will be. Once those feel easy, you can use the back of a nice sturdy chair or a countertop, and you can do your push-ups on there instead. So as we change the angle and bring our body closer to the ground, it makes the push-ups a lot harder, but you're gaining strength at the same time. Once those start to feel easy, turn the chair around, place your hands on the chair, and do some push-ups on the bottom of a chair instead. Now you're starting to get really strong. Next, you can come into a kneeling position on the ground and work your way up to a full range of motion while in this kneeling position. And finally, to bridge the gap between kneeling push-ups and regular push-ups, you can do what's called a half kneeling push-up. So here's what that looks like. Come into a full push-up position like this, come down as slowly as you can, fight it, fight it, fight it, drop your chest to the ground, now drop your knees, squeeze your glutes, and then press back up to the start position, extend the knees, and repeat, just like that. So slowly down, drop the knees, press up, just like this.